Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Yasmin, and welcome to Artists Live. And I'm going to be your educator for today. And we are making mixed media cards. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what we are going to do. We are playing with the new 7 Dot Studio papers today. I, I got them in the mail today, so I really wanted to use them. So I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to tell you about the projects we're making and hopefully it will be fun. So bear with me and my turning the camera. Okay, let's see what we can do here. If I do like this, will it be better? What's this? Okay, just my stapler. Fine. Hopefully everyone can see this. Well, just a little more. Sorry about that. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, we are making cards that looks like these, which is uh, a card I made with special background techniques and added some embellishments on top. These are made with gesso and art anthology velvet paints. I'm going to tell you about those a bit later. And yeah, so today we're going to use the new Studio 7 Dot Studio papers. This is one of the cards. The other cards I don't have anymore. I thought I did, but I probably gave it away. Uh, but so we're going to recreate something similar. So we are going to use heavy gesso first to start our backgrounds, and we are then drying and using the art anthology paint on top. And I'm going to show you the bottles, the different colors I've chosen because they work really well with the cotton candy line that we are using. And we are playing with the paints that's called velvet dimensional paints, and they dry with a velvet feel and give great texture to projects. And you can use them through stencils. You can use them to just paint with the way that we are going to do today. I'm not going to use a paintbrush, but we are using palette knives. I have different colors. I've found someone I think will work well. So I've chosen cotton candy, persimmon, and this is also persimmon, but I see that the colors are fairly, yeah, they don't look the same. And I've found lagoon, and this is aloha. And I've also taken out some sorbet dimensional paint, which is a glossy paint and has more glitter in it, like bigger chunks of glitter. Yeah, and it also, the difference between those paints is that this dries with a matte feel. This is glossy, and this has just a hint of shimmer in it, and not big chunks of glitter. So we're going to use this a bit later, and of course we're going to do some splashing, maybe with some glimmer glam from Tattered Angels, because I really like the way these just dry with a glossy feel to it, and some dilution white paint. So yeah, so we are going to start with some heavy gesso and a palette knife. And I'm not going to use the whole page, but I'm going to work on most of the space so I can cut the pieces I like when it's dry and done. That's what I did with the other project. So I just put some, is the picture okay? Is it too bright? So I'm just gonna, I just apply the paint randomly to my page. So you get this effect here, which it's not perfectly painted. It's just, yeah, just added. So just use your palette knife, go over, make it look a bit shabby. It's not anything, it's not supposed to be perfect, it's just something. So anyone can do this, even though you never touched a palette knife. You can make textures like this. So work with it, and we'll figure out what we're going to make with it after we drive the project. And heavy gesso really works well because it's thick and heavy, and it doesn't float on your page. It just keeps sturdy. So I would recommend using heavy gesso for this project. So just play. Mostly it's just playing with paints, which we like. We like playing with paints, right? So, okay. And I'm going to dry it off. Yeah, I think so too. It's good to just do the whole page, and you get like, you can easily cut this in 6 different things, and you get 6 cards from one page, and you can use them horizontally or vertically or whatever you like. Then you have loads of space to play with, and you don't waste any paint by just, or paper, because you can use the whole page. So hello, Lydia. I see there's loads of new faces today. That's really great. Really great with new faces. So the drying part is boring. So you could do the same technique if you wanted to use maybe crackle paints. Then you would get the same effect with crackles in it. But crackles are better if they dry overnight. So for a faster project, it would be better to use gesso. The drying part is boring though, but it has to be done. Okay. So just a little bit more. The why I'm drying it between layers is that if you paint on top of already wet paint, it will just blend and blend and blend, and you wouldn't get the effect of the different paints. Okay, I think we are dry enough. So I'm going to use some of the reds and blues, I think. Maybe the dark one. I don't know. Maybe we'll try them all. So the paint is really smooth, and it's thick because I can do this and it doesn't come out. And like I said, it dries with that velvet feel to them. So if you haven't tried them before, you should really try to get a hold of some bottles. And I just do the same technique as I did while applying gesso. I just go over the top with the other paints. And I use my brush like a snake moves. Well, palette knife, not a brush. And you see that the paint here is not full covered. It will be a bit opaque, so you can see translucent, bit translucent, you can see through it. But on the top of the gesso, it covers. Well, you can see a bit there. So yeah, you can absolutely use this as well with the stencils. So really fast, just put some paints on, and I'm gonna do a darker color. You see, this is also just quite thick paint. And since it is quite thick, it's easier to use this with stencils than other products we use. Okay. And yeah, I think maybe we'll do some darks as well. Oh, I just used the same palette knife. We'll be fine. This is really dark though. I think this will be fun. So right now it doesn't look like much because it's just a pile of stuff. But when we cut it out, we can choose the one part we like. So I'm gonna try a bit. Yep. So if you have any questions, please ask. I will try to answer them as well as I can. So the paper I use is just plain cardstock from Basil. You can use yeah, from My Colors. It's just a thick smooth cardstock, so anything will work. And you can do the same technique on white cardstock. You can do it on chipboard. Yeah, just whatever you like. Yeah. You can also dab some of the paint on with well, just a tissue or something like that. I'm gonna do some with the mint julep, which was the dimensional paint that dries a bit glossy to get even more texture. And you see it will stay the way you apply it. Can you see it there? It just stays the way you apply it on. So I think this background will now work well. If it's too much pattern, if it's too much stuff, we can just dial it down again with gesso. Like that. So a bit more drying, and I'm gonna do some splashes. I may do some splashes when the card is done as well. Oh, wrong lid. And this, the last paint I added, will dry glossy, so you will get that glossy effect on it. And there's bigger chunks of glitter in it as well. So trying to find out which piece to cut. Which do I like? Okay, I'm gonna do some splashes with white. Of course, I really like to use the Dilutions ink spray. I think that's the only one that I've found that really gives that white feel. I've also tried to use, you can try to put picket fence, the stain in a bottle and do the same. But I find that the Dilutions white works better. It gets really more white with it. So just a end of a brush, splash on top. Oops. And then I'm gonna just add some on the black. Just find the right one. Pencil, brush. I like to use the fan brush for this. Okay. So, and the Glimmer Glam from Tattered Angels is it's a paint that you can use on metals because it will stay on metals. So it's not, you can't really wash it off with water. You have to have something stronger to get it off with. Well, after it dries though. So I'm going to remember to wash my pad afterwards. You can do bigger splashes like this. Yeah. I think we're done. So it's just drying off and cleaning up after us. Okay. So are there any questions? I'm going to try to find my baby wipes. So do you see what I mean? When I dry this off, the paint doesn't really come off as well on my mat. So yeah, but that's fine. So I'm going to dry it a bit. Well, thank you, Julianne. Hopefully it will look even better when we cut them up in pieces and use them on our card. So whenever I make a card, I just take the size that I have laying around in cardstock. So if I have a piece that's 6x4 or 6x6 or something, that's the way the card's supposed to be. But I'm going to do these cards. I think they're not really 4x4. I think they're a bit bigger. Well, yeah. Thank you, Muna. Both of you Munas who's here. Very great to see that you're here. So just gonna dry this up, and I will dry a bit closer so you can see the texture and the glossy feel. I think that some parts are soon ready to go. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I'm going to choose some parts to work with, maybe the one down in this corner. I just need to cut it out. So I'm gonna just I'm gonna cut this paper in half and then see what I have when I've cut it in half. Okay, and then I have this new paper trimmer I bought, a guillotine cutter from Tim Holtz, and then I think I'm gonna make these just into 4x4, 4x6 papers, and then I'll see which one I want to use. Well, not everything is totally dry, but that's fine. card. I think we can use this one. Just gonna cut these as well, and let's see what we have. Oh no, I'm choosing this one. Look at this. So cool. And I have to do another one. Are we doing this? Or are we doing this? This one was cool as well. They're all kind of cool. It's going to be hard to choose. Well, I'm thinking I'm going to do this one and this one. These two. So here's a close-up. Oh, look, do you see how they shine? The way they shine is the last the coat with the dimensional, the Gelatos. This make it really shine the project, and the blacks also shine. Do you see? It's just a fun way of doing this. Okay, so let's start with the cards. So I'm going to make this one first, and the other one I will try to remember how I made. So I'm gonna find some papers to use here in the cotton candy collection that I was at the post office just to pick up just today. So we need a background paper, because you see I have used just one layer of paper here. So we need to find a background paper that works. So we need to trim this down a bit. So I'm gonna just pull out one of each paper, and then I can show you how great these are, and everyone should get them. Okay. So just gonna put this back. So I think Karen has the link into 7 Dot Studio, and I think she can help us find the new papers. I didn't know that I would have access to them when I was going to do this show, so the link isn't quite correct, but I think Karen could help us out with that. Okay, and so you have this one, which I think would look good on this one. I'm going to distress the edges a bit, and maybe I will do more blues with this one. Oh yeah, this would look really well. So it's going to be these two as our background papers, and look how cute this paper is. Oh, awesome to cut out these circles. So, okay. Using my cutter again, I'm going to cut this a bit smaller. Since the paper is 6x6, we can have this top page being that big. So I'm going to cut a bit off. Like this. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think it's the same size as I did there. I'm going to cut this a bit shorter as well, since I want to use 12x12 paper. I need it to fit on top. So, like this. And this is 4x4. So we have to cut some off. Let me see if I cut two. Yeah, something more, a little bit more. Okay. Let's do some distressing. If I can find my thing. I've been out traveling. This past 4 days, I taught a class in Trondheim just on Thursday, and this weekend I drove the other way. So I taught 3 classes there this weekend. So I was being really busy, and I didn't have time to pack up my stuff. So I'm always, when I'm distressing, I really like to use distressing from Tim Holtz and the Vintage Photo. I like the warm feel that of the brown color there. Okay, so it's quite easy to distress, and I think it gives just a great. We're having to put this on top, and I'm just gonna do some light distressing on this one as well, because this gives a new texture. Okay, look at this. Okay, then I'm gonna glue these together and use my stapler as well. So, finding some glue. Okay. So I'm going to do that. Since I did this on this side, I'm going to do it on this side. I'm going to put them side to side so you can see it. Then I need a small piece of paper. I'm going to use some leftovers. And I really like this. Just need a small piece. Ooh, wait a moment. We're gonna do like this. So I don't always measure when I make cards. I like to just do random sizes if I have some leftover papers. That's the way the cards are supposed to be. That's the way everything is going to flow. That's the way I work. But look at that. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I might need to cut a bit more. Just rip it, I think, on top. And then do some distressing. Like this. And we are having another piece. This. A bit more distressing. Like this. And I always use chipboard on the back, mostly because it makes the card more sturdy, but it does make it heavier. I don't really care about that. I don't tend to send out my cards anyway, but I do think it's best if the card is as sturdy as possible. So I'm going to use some here. And I'm just going to put some staplers on it. and some glue. And a little piece underneath here as well. As I glue this on. Okay, both sides. Just to help keep the papers together, like this. Doesn't this look cool already? Hi, Stacy. So let me introduce you to Stacy DeVitt, the lady who makes Art Anthology products. She's the lady that mixes the colors together and makes all these great products. I was so lucky to be on her design team. Well, it's been a long time now, but I'm so happy to get to still work with her products. So, and we are going to continue. I have a butterfly. I'm going to use the half wing of the poor butterfly on my card instead of the whole. Because I have used the half of an angel's wing here. So I thought I could do the same with the butterfly wing and just cut it in half. So that's what we are going to do there. And we need just a little strip of paper here, and I have these lovely stickers I got today, and ooh, some paper die cuts. These are so awesome. So awesome. I'm thinking we are going to do a blue sticker, and I'm going to do the round one here, maybe. I think we'll do a bigger one. This one will go here. And I've put that on some chipboard as well. Like this. So we get some dimension. And we need that butterfly. And I need some string. I had some string. Yeah, here I had string. This is just normal sewing thread. We just use a lot to get those. Just pull them together, make knots. It's great texture. You can use, I really like to use old curtains. Those one with laces and just rip them apart. That just gives great texture. It just gives them an awesome look. Put them underneath here. So this is what we have so far. A couple of pieces of paper. We have worked on our background like this. And I'm going to glue on the butterfly. Well, half of the butterfly anyways. Like this. And I have some word titles. And this one says fabulous. And mine said thank you so much. I think we are going to do with, I have in WhatsApp as well. I think we're going to go with the fabulous one, aren't we? Because it's so fabulous. Like this. I also have a key and some pearls. And I'm just fast gonna cut out some of these circles because I really think they are awesome. maybe 1 or 2 more, I think, and add some pearls. Maybe do a smaller one. Didi Catron really did a great job designing these paper lines. This one is just so awesome. And I'm a hoarder type of person. When I get new stuff, I like to hold them. I like to keep them in my stash for a while until I use them. So I'm a person who plays with the last year stuff, since I've hoarded them for a whole year, and there's new stuff, so I get to hoard them instead. But so this is the first time for me cutting the papers as soon as it comes in through my door. I'm adding these circles like this. And the key, I think, oh, it's not the same, but it's kind of similar, you see? Oh yeah, I'm a total hoarder. Okay, so, and I'm going to now add some pearls to this, and I did larger, I would say, I don't know what I'm going to call these, but it looks like water drops, like big glass water drops. And I'm going to use, instead of that, I'm going to use some glass beads from Prima. And I have here, you can see I've used these pins. I have a couple of pins. These are old ones from, really, really old ones from Heidi Grace, I think. I don't know if anyone remembers Heidi Grace, but I've hoarded these forever, so I thought it would be a good thing to use now. These stick pins. So, okay. And, ooh, just gonna put some of these. These are, these pearls are Prima from the Rusty Bell collection. Okay, don't stick to my hand. One more, and then I think, well, I think this one is done. And it's ready to just be glued onto a card base. So I'll get started on the second one. So I'll just have to find my picture of it so I remember what I did. I'm gonna post a bigger picture of the card in the forum afterwards, or in the Artists Live group. And I'm doing the same here. Just wait a minute. And I'm doing the same here. Then I'm gonna cut off some of the top or bottom. Haven't decided yet. I think I'm gonna do just a bit on top and a bit on the bottom. Like this. And just get the paper so it fits my card. Like that. And just take a bit off the bottom. Okay. So the same thing here. just use your distress ink and distress the top. Soon done. Really, really fast. Okay. And just glue this on top. And adding it to like this, and use the stapler to add some interest. Well, for no reason, it's just interest. And I'm going to, on this, I've used a chipboard, and I found this chipboard from Blue Fern Studios, which is, I don't remember what it's called, something mod circles or modern background or something like that. Just punch it out, and I'm going to use some embossing powder to color that one white. So I found my embossing powder, and you use watermark stamp pad. And I need some paper. Okay. So just press the chipboard into the pad. Make sure everything is covered, sticky and good. And then add the white embossing powder. Like this. And I have one of these. Yep. And you can just pour this back into the cup. So I think we have to do 2 layers to get it thick enough. And when the first layer of embossing powder is still what I like to call wet, when it's still warm, you can pour the embossing powder into it just right away without using the pad, and it will apply thicker on the second time. So we are going to do that to get that thick and good look. Give me a second to get this all warm. And then, like I said, when it's still warm, just pour it in, and it will fasten a lot thicker the second time. Okay. You can see how chunky that is the second time. And I'm going to pour this back, and we're going to melt it again. So let me see if we can get this all good. Are we doing okay? Hello, Fröken Boksta. I'm happy you're making your own cards. That's good. So, soon finished. And the longer you hold the heat on embossing powder, the smoother the look will be because you really make it all liquid. Then you can get those, if you have some small flaws, you may be able to fix it. Okay. And now we have to wait a bit because it's still really warm. Okay. Here's the card we're making now, and we are going this way. And we will have this on about here. Yeah, it's dry now, so we can glue it on. Carefully glue it on. Okay, 10 minutes left of the show. I hope we will make it. May have to steal a couple of more of your minutes to get it done. Both of the cards. Okay, so let's glue it on. And I have this awesome clock. This is from Prima. And I also have some other stuff. I have that metal flower, and I have some other small bits and pieces. Just need to take them all out. And I have this little piece. These are old ones from Third Eye, which was a Polish company that was in business a couple of years ago. But you can get these flare buttons from anywhere. So, which one to use? I think we'll use this one. And put this works perfectly inside this. Awesome. And we are going to use some strips of the stickers. I'm going to take this one and use on top here. So we have to add some chipboard on the back, which I have here. So we keep it nice and sturdy under here. Oh, I need to cut that a bit. And then add some more glue to it. And I saw that I had this perfect little strip here. So I'm going to use that as well. Trying to cut that fishtail look on it. Let me see. Yes, that worked. Yep, gluing that on just here. Like this. And we are going to add some chipboard under that clock and some more string or sewing thread. Like this. Adding that here. And we need, where's my string? So if you're wondering if I'm a messy crafter, that's the truth. Yeah, here it is. And yeah, some of my friends really know how messy I am. So do the same thing, just to bundle it all up, make it just into a big pile of knots, so it will stay almost together. Adding that to the clock like this. I'm now so sticky that I stick to my card. And then we're going to add this circle here on top. This is a chipboard that you can, no, this isn't a wood piece actually. Painted wood piece that Prima came out with maybe last year or something, or maybe the year before. I don't know. Like I said, I hoard stuff. So I'm going to add that here. And then even though there's a foam thing in the middle here, I'm going to add some more glue. It's always glued best if it just stays in place. So always add some extra glue. And I had this little fun piece, and I thought that would be awesome to have on this card. So I am going to add this here. Even though on the original card it didn't have that piece. I think it's really fun. How fun is that? Okay. So we can have the heart down here. Like that. And I'm going to use this cute little button because it was in the same color scheme as the other things I've used today. And maybe add some more bits and pieces of the stickers. Well, thank you, Stacy, for stopping by. So, and I'm going to do some distressing on top, and we are soon finished with our cards. Maybe I will use my stapler once more. Oh, I may want to have this underneath. That's why I like to work with a type of glue like this, where you can actually have the chance to, no, I didn't like it like that. I can change it up by lifting it up and putting stuff underneath. And what else do we want? I can use some more of that type of sticker. I'll have to order more of these things now that I've used it all. And I need one of these things, or maybe I have one here to add here. Hopefully Need some more stuff. Okay. Center of that clock. Okay. I think we are almost done here. I could just tweak this forever. But I have to have a title sticker. Not sure about this heart. Maybe that's what's bugging me. The heart. Maybe I need to put it some other place. Oh, yeah. Here. Well, that was better. A lot better. And I have the title stickers, and I thought maybe the spread kindness was kind of nice. It's just so many great titles. That's what I love. I love that they come out with title stickers, so you can just use whatever. You have the Make a Wish, Never Look Back, Give Me Some Sugar. There's just so many great titles, but I think I'm going to go with the spread kindness one. And I'm cutting it in the fishtail ends like that. And like this. And you have to add some more glue, of course. Just there. And on top here. Okay. I think we are done. Maybe I should just, then I will show you how to add the beads before I leave you, even though I'm 1 minute on overtime now. I hope you will bear with me while I show you that. And maybe we'll add some pearls to this one as well. You like pearls. Girls need pearls. Just randomly do pearls. And I use here's our crystal glass beads. You can use glass glitter. Both of them are clear. And to add them on, sorry about the camera jiggling, I use the soft matte gel. And a brush. So just add some beads where you think they will look good. I think this will be great. Like this, maybe someone here. And I sprinkle. I sprinkle the beads just carefully, like putting salt on my food. Not too much. Just carefully put them on. And if they don't go where you want, you can just use your brush and move them. So this paint will just the matte gel will dry translucent but matte and not glossy. And I'm going to put some of these glass glitters as well. Those are really, really cool. just sprinkle a bit so they will just fall into the places the beads didn't. Like this. Oh, let me see if I can get you to focus. Just take that up a bit higher like this. Oh yeah. Do you see the glass beads? Okay. We can do it on the other one as well if we want to. Yeah, let's do it. Add some beads. A little dot of beads. I think that will be good. And some glass glitter. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Excess, I'll just throw in the trash. Okay, so this was the second one. So now all you have to do to finish these cards off is to just put them on card bases, and they are ready to ship out. So I think that we are done with our cards now. And I'm going to turn you around so I can say goodbye to you. Ooh. Hello, here I am. So I hope did you like my show, and that you are that you'll make your own cards. I would love to see them. And yeah, next week we have, who do we have next week? Let me check that out for you before I go. Let me see. Next week, who do we have next week? Just a second here, I'll find it. Next week, it's actually Didi Catron, the great designer of these beautiful papers, are sharing her knowledge with us. So I hope you will be back here. It's the 31st. It's Halloween. Maybe she'll do a great Halloween project. I don't know. We'll just have to see. And thank you, Karen, for moderating for me today. And I'll be back next month. All right. Bye.